Welcome inside West Edmonton Mall, and it's championship hockey time. Rory McGoran joined alongside Conrad Krauser. One game remains of the 2011 birth year Brick Invitational Championship, and we have a great matchup between the Connecticut Junior Rangers taking on the Western Selects. Second place, Western Selects throughout the round-robin tournament. Third place, Connecticut Junior Rangers. Connecticut had to go through 2 games to get to this spot, trying to defend their championship back in 2019, but they're up against a talented Western Selects team as well. What are you thinking when you're going up against this matchup, Conrad? It's exciting for all around. It's championship time.
100%. We've talked about how there's a huge line for the Western Selects. Charlie Fox, the center on that line, flanked by 2 of our top scorers in this tournament, and someone we'll talk about a little bit later in Gabriel, or how do we decide we're going with that one? Gabriel.
Well, that's the one thing, and that's what we love about the way we're broadcasting this tournament is families and friends that are watching from home that couldn't make their way to West Edmonton Mall. You're able to contact us. You're able to comment along on the stream, and if we are pronouncing a kid's name wrong, yeah, absolutely, just 100%. Comment along and correct us, because that's what this tournament is about. It's about the kids on the ice, all the teams that were involved. The 2011 birth years, of course, the 2012s are going to start tomorrow, but over the course of these 6-7 days for the 2011, how great has this tournament been? You've been here all week long.
Oh, it's been incredible. You come in thinking that, hey, maybe we'll take a step back because we've had the lost year, as we all know. And especially when you're this young, it really affects the development of these young players. You think maybe they'll lose a step, but no, I found they've gained a step. Whether that's using individual conditioning when they were confined to their home states, not able to compete against this top-level international competition. You know, I'm just happy that we have this tournament, but I've been super happy with the competition on the ice.
Competition has been unbelievable. It's the Connecticut Junior Rangers, the Western Selects in the final in about 15 minutes time. But how about the atmosphere? What is West Edmonton Mall, the city of Edmonton, the organizers of the Brick Invitational, and all the fans that traveled from across North America pretty much to come out and support these kids? How has that been? Because in my time here, it's been special. It is such a unique building to call a game in, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it.
It's super different. As we said, I talked a little bit about this. There is only one similar rink to this, built by the same company. It's in New Jersey. Some of the Northeastern teams have had an opportunity to play there, but outside of that, this is a completely new experience to everyone. You've got the families located right to both of the corners. You got the big signs. Can't have air horns, but you can still hear lots of noise reverberating through this coliseum of hockey. And you got the uniqueness of having the domed glass.
You got the dome, the sun's coming in. We might need to wear sunglasses to broadcast.
Yeah.
And the low-hanging glass allows the kids, when they're doing the flyby after scoring a goal, to do it around the whole side of the rink and get all the fans. It's an unbelievable experience. I was talking to a few parents last night about what are their kids actually absorbing throughout this, and they said they just can't get enough of it. They don't want to go home. They want to keep playing hockey, and that's what the Brick Invitational is about. That's what we've had for, 6 days already. We're going to have for another 8 days coming up with the 2012 birth years. So it's just been a great experience overall.
And we've had the unique experience on day one of seeing a cup of warm Tim Hortons coffee come over the top of the boards. So it's not all just high fives coming over the boards, but our players are starting to line up, and I believe we have one of the members of the board coming to talk up with you shortly. So I think maybe this is time to take our first break of our broadcast, get them all ready and dolled up, and let the players speak for themselves as they enter the ice surface.
Well, we got 15 minutes on the clock until puck drop. It's the Connecticut Junior Rangers, the Western Selects. Don't go anywhere. Quick interview coming up next with an unbelievable organizer of the Brick Invitational right here on ASTV.
Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. The students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment. At Collins Hotel, we have you and your family's comfort in mind. Relax in one of our 16 suites featuring king or queen size beds and 36-inch TVs. Suites also include a mini fridge and other kitchen appliances to make your stay as comfortable as possible. During your stay in Pilot Mound, visit Weiser's Restaurant, our attached family-friendly restaurant and bar. It is the perfect location to host group meals, dine with the family, or unwind after a hockey game. Come in and meet our friendly staff offering daily specials on food and drinks, wing night Wednesdays, buffet Fridays, and multiple TVs to watch the game. Weiser's is the place to be. Collins Hotel and Weiser's Restaurant and Bar, located across the street from Blackjack Stewart Arena off Highway 3 in Pilot.
Welcome back inside West Edmonton Mall. We are about 10 minutes away from the championship matchup between the Connecticut Junior Rangers and the Western Selects here in the 2011 birth year of the Brick Invitational. My name is Rory McGorn, and very pleased to welcome in the tournament chairman for 33 years. It's Craig Stiles. Craig, thanks so much for joining us. Just first of all, overall, if you can put what we've seen so far under an umbrella and just kind of relay back to the fans about how it's been going for, or what you've seen as the tournament organization for the Brick Invitational.
Oh, it's been a wonderful week. It's been opportunity for us to see actually a difference in the 1 year age group. So watching the 11s versus the 10, just knowing what the 10s this year will be able to do next year. The eye opener for me is looking at these kids' progression and then thinking in a normal year with the 2010s, we would have maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 players that kind of stood out or whatever. This year with 14 teams, every team has a standout and maybe 2 and maybe 3 standouts. And I could only think of what happens in their next level of hockey, then the next level, and then making that ultimate goal of the NHL, how tough it has to be.
Exactly. Obviously, this tournament is about the kids, right? We see the fan bases that come out, the playing underneath the dome in the West Edmonton Mall, unbelievable. How important was it for you guys, because 2 years in a row it was taken away, the possibility of playing for the kids, to make sure that you brought 2 age groups in and give it back to the team that kind of lost the opportunity last year?
Right. Excellent question, and the fact is we've been monitoring everything for 2 years.
Sure.
And the moment we thought that there was the opportunity, it was a nanosecond in making a decision for our committee and our team. Now, in hindsight, that decision was a lot of work going forward, not just for us, but I know the teams, what the teams have been able to do, the various organizations, many of them have the same coaches looking after the kids. It's been an amazing task that they've got just to get here.
Of course, we got Craig Stiles, the tournament chair. Okay, so talk a little bit about that work, because you're used to just having one birth year. Still, I can't imagine the amount of manpower, woman power that goes into putting on the organization. How much more has it been having 2 birth years in this year?
Well, it's doubling, the trophies and the presentations and the people that are involved in putting this on. Like you said earlier, it's about the kids. Everything we try to do is for the kids, so we don't want to see any disappointment whatsoever in the level of what we can produce by having 2 tournaments. Yes. So probably a much higher awareness than the automatic side of it when we just are doing 1 tournament. So volunteers is somewhat an issue, because we're pretty fussy on who works the tournament, and getting a commitment from them for 2 weeks is asking a lot.
Well, what can you say about the turnout in terms of the fans and the atmosphere, the energy that we've seen so far through 6 days?
Yeah, we were saying this the other day, like our 7:30 games have so many, like hundreds and hundreds of people watching a game at 7:30. Like the parents and families and fans just wanted to see this tournament happen. I mean, we had so much disappointment from just regular fans that have come out for the last 10, 15 years.
Well, we got Connecticut and we got the Western Stars, or Western Selects, pardon me, in the championship game. Just a little foreshadowing, a little preview about what the fans can expect here with the 2 teams vying for the championship.
I think you can probably expect to see the top goalies here and 3 or 4 of the top players in this tournament. But as a team, and what these guys can do on power play and special teams, again, us watching the 10-year-old performance and now watching the 11-year-olds, we're mimicking the NHL even that much more, because it's always been everybody's attitude that these little 10-year-olds, they're doing the moves, they're doing the flips. Nobody's tried a Michigan
not yet,
goal
no.
yet, but that's not too far away.
We still got a lot of tournament hockey, Craig. We appreciate your passion, your commitment for this tournament, helping everything to get it back on the ice here in West Edmonton Mall. Thank you so much for joining us, and you know what, enjoy the rest of the time.
Great. A real big shout out to our committee for the work that they do is just unbelievable, and we're happy to be here, and we appreciate you guys being here.
Well, there was Craig Stiles, the tournament chair. We got one more break, and when we come back, it's preview time and puck drop. Connecticut Junior Rangers, Western Selects, someone winning the 2011 Brick Invitational Championship right here at ASTV.
Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. The students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of on-ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment. At Collins Hotel, we have you and your family's comfort in mind. Relax in one of our 16 suites featuring king or queen size beds and 36-inch TVs. Suites also include a mini fridge and other kitchen appliances to make your stay as comfortable as possible. During your stay in Pilot Mound, visit Weiser's Restaurant, our attached family-friendly restaurant and bar. It is the perfect location to host group meals, dine with the family, or unwind after a hockey game. Come in and meet our friendly staff offering daily specials on food and drinks, Wing Night Wednesdays, Buffet Fridays, and multiple TVs to watch the game. Weiser's is the place to be.
Welcome back inside West Edmonton Mall, and we are 2 minutes away from puck drop of the championship round. The Connecticut Junior Rangers, the Western Selects, and one heck of a matchup coming up between, in the round robin, second place and third place. But the Connecticut Junior Rangers trying to vie for back-to-back champions. They won this tournament in 2019.
Yeah, definitely trying to vie for the back-to-back championship. And they had the hardest battle to get here. They had to play 2 games yesterday as compared to the Selects who only had to go through the 1.
Well, let's start with Connecticut, and we got Peter Leiden's game-winning goal against Team Minnesota, the team that finished first overall in the round robin, and this was with not much time left on the clock, and Peter Leiden, well, this is the empty net goal that was slid in by Blanchard. And before that, Peter Leiden, it was actually a 0-0 game going down to about 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Then Connecticut got a power play, and Peter Leiden found the goal, his first goal of the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. He's been someone who's been around the puck a lot in the round robin, but just hadn't potted one home yet. It certainly was a name that I remember from the
He's a
games
guy that's been consistently a magnet towards the puck and creating plays, but still didn't find the back of the net. But when you see the game, you can see the ability that Peter Leiden did. And here we go, as we're going to get, you mentioned 1 minute and 4 seconds left actually on the power play. Connecticut worked it back up top. A shot came from Jackson Liao, tipped in front of the net by Jack Cross, and Peter Leiden made no mistake. But that's a guy that consistently is in the right area of the game, and there he got rewarded for it.
And I think we're going to talk about someone else who certainly has that ability, just to make sure his stick is in the right place at the right time.
Well, here comes Silas Gabriel now of the Western Selects, and this was a guy that didn't score once to win the game. He scored to tie it up at 3-3. He scored to tie it up at 4-4. He scored the overtime winner, a hat trick, a 4-point game to get the Western Selects here.
And he's kind of been that all tournament. He does have the benefit of playing on, I'd say, the best line of the tournament. His center, Fox, and he's had kind of a rotating right wing on that line. It's usually been Duncan up on that line, but a little bit of a line blender for that top line as far as that one wing position goes.
Well, you got Brando Duncan, of course. You mentioned Charlie Fox, the centerman, one of the best centermen in the tournament so far for sure. You got Brody Trost, who leads the tournament in terms of points, both in the round robin and in the playoffs. And yeah, Silas Gabriel, though, but that's a guy who is opportunistic in his games, and 3 goals to not only tie it once, tie it twice, and then win it is such an exceptional performance that it one that we had to highlight.
For sure, and I'm going to compare him to somebody who played here in Edmonton for the Oilers. Captain Canada Ryan Smith just knows when and where to be to pick up that rebound, get that important goal. And as you mentioned, 3 extremely important goals to make sure they're here on Championship Sunday.
It's the Connecticut Junior Rangers. It's the Western Selects as we go down to ice level now and get ready for the national anthem and the pregame ceremony.
And I don't know if you recognize that guy in the center hidden behind Brickley here. That is Craig McTavish.
Of course, Craig McTavish down in West Edmonton Mall. You know, the Brick Invitational has seen so many, of course, you know, NHL players that have graduated through this tournament, then went on to their junior career. So you walk around the rink and you've seen a lot of them take in the tournament this year. You mentioned Nick Bonino, I believe, was here.
Yeah, he was
Evander Kane was here earlier in the day. So, you know what, for these kids to even, you know, get a chance to meet some of their heroes, it's just another aspect of what makes this tournament so special.
And we have a vinyl on the wall down in the locker rooms that has a list of all the players, and underlined are the NHL players. And you'll see these young players walking down the halls as they get ready to go to their locker room, looking at those red underlined names. the likes of Dougie Hamilton, Johnny Goudreau, and so many more that have been important and vital to this tournament. And they're hoping to be that next red underline.
Absolutely, as we got to break it down, the Connecticut Junior Rangers down to our broadcast right. You got the Western Selects down to our broadcast left. Getting ready for national anthems. It's the second place. Western Selects taking on the third place in the round robin, Connecticut Junior Rangers.
And before we go to the anthems, I'm going to give you your officials for today's game. We are on
We're
on a full 4 official system on this smaller ice surface, old school NHL ice surface here. So we got Tyler Kersey and Trevor Kersey. I think they're cousins, if I recall correctly. Our matching linesmen. Number 77, it is, oh my God, Dwayne Yakerbo, and Norm Shaw. Norm Shaw, wearing number 0, has been an official in this tournament since its inception, head of officiating for the last 31 years.
Well, let's head down to ice level now to acknowledge reconciliation in tonight's national anthems. We got the live performance of the national anthem as well as.
Yes, our anthem singer is usually the Edmonton Elks anthem singer. So.
She is our national anthem singer at the Edmonton Elks games. Please help me welcome.
Is that your team or no?
No, I'm from Calgary, so
oh boy.
I'm the
We're
team
in
in
Edmonton
red
right now, Conrad. Keep it composed.
The Elks pulled off a wonderful victory last night. No, 2 nights ago now.
Well, I'm from Winnipeg, so you know what that says.
Winterpeg, man, it's cold.
Here's Camilla Cummings, who's ready to sing the national anthems. Well, the sun's shining down on West Edmonton Mall ice as the Western Selects take on the Connecticut Junior Rangers. The 2022 Brick Invitational 2011 Team Championship on the line as Connecticut goes for back-to-back champions and the Western Selects try to get their banner placed up along the railing, Conrad.
And as you look around, we have a packed house here at West Edmonton Mall. And if you notice, we actually have the 2020 or the 2012 birth dates in both end zones. We got the 2012 Select, 2012 Rangers here to cheer on their older teammates. And that's something that's unique about this year of this tournament. You do have back-to-back tournaments here at the Brick. The 2011 birth years and the 2012s. It just provides a different little experience as you're getting a little bit more hometown flavor here at the home away from home.
Yeah, there's no room to squeeze in around the railings here in West Edmonton Mall.
And just a reminder, folks, we do have a little bit of a different format here today. We are doing three 15-minute periods.
With floods in between.
So yeah, get a little bit longer, a little bit more experience of our world-class broadcast here from West Edmonton Mall. And we'll make note of this a couple times throughout the game, I'm sure, but we get a little bit of a stained glass effect here on the ice. This dome ceiling having some panels covered up with a film, some not. So you get kind of a unique feel, and I've heard from the goalies a real different glare.
Oh, 100%. You can see it right now that it'll be the Connecticut goaltender who we expect to be James Hickey. And yes, it is. James Hickey heading towards the net. He's the one in the sunlight for the first period.
And you'll see this sun will creep over. I expect both goaltenders to be in the sun by the end of the first.
And on the other side, it's Aiden Jones. Jones stopped 19 of 23 versus Toronto, the Bulldogs, in that 5-4 overtime victory. On the other side, it's James Hickey, who has stopped 31 of 32 shots throughout the playoffs. 15 of 16 versus Toronto Pro Hockey, and a shutout against Minnesota. As teams come to center ice, it'll be Charlie Fox for the Selects and Jack Cross for the Connecticut Junior Rangers. Puck is dropped and the championship game is underway as here's Peter Lydon, the game-winning goal scorer. Knocked in by Hebert. Back around goes O'Rourke. Will shovel it around the boards. Brody Trost back into the middle. Gabbed up by Gabriel. Gabriel now walks in, fires a shot, trying to pick up right where he left off in the semifinal game. Here's Jack Cross, 7 points in the tournament. A dangerous rolling puck towards the left side of the net. Cleared back to the wall. Peter Lydon. He's trying to skinny through a couple bodies. Charlie Fox takes a shot. That one, Gabriel actually just missed, not by much.
5 of Tross, 7 goals coming in day 3 of this tournament. 2 goals in his first game and a hat trick in the second.
Lifted back up. Now O'Rourke will go near side. Here comes Charlie Fox, one of the best centermen here in the tournament. Fox now into the slot, tipped in front of a defenseman and a rebound. Up and out of play already. You mentioned in the pregame show, you see the line of Gabriel, Fox, and Trost are pushing the player right in front of the net of Hickey and making it dangerous opportunities a couple times. One shot on net to credit for.
And you'll see Trost kind of float through the lines a little bit. Someone that's definitely relied upon to get the energy going for the Selects team. And we did mention, Gabriel just knows where that puck's going to bounce to. It's almost a sixth sense, it seems.
Seems like Charlie Fox generates a lot of the opportunities, and then the opportunistic Trost and Gabriel are, if they're in the spot, they aren't missing. It's a dynamite line, and we'll keep an eye on them for the Selects. Also, I think Preston Hebert's going to be huge, and his defensive responsibility on that line forward unit for Connecticut to try and contain those 3 for the Western Selects.
Another player that you're probably going to see a lot of paired up against that top 3 is number 21, Charlie Severo. He logs a ton of minutes for this Connecticut Junior Rangers.
Right now, Justin Corey trying to shovel it along the board. Does Blanchard after it. So is Jackson Liao. He'll send it in. A change for Connecticut off the back wall. Scooped up behind the net. There's Max Hoft. Now Duncan. Up ahead for Zhang. Sends it in, and now a full sail line change here for the Western Selects. That'll allow Connecticut to break it out. Long lead pass, a bouncing one. Broken up by the defenseman and Hoft. Unable to drive down the right wing as he ran into Lydon. Another chance. Hoft shot that one back behind the net. Zhang trying to fire it in front. Looking to get it ahead to Yang as Caleb Yang couldn't get the shot off. Back is Aaron Lee sending it down into the corner. Back up the wall. Lee, a little bit of a bouncing puck, loses it to Leiden. Lee gets it back, battling with Leiden. In comes the defenseman in Wood and back out to center ice. Springer, D to D, across to Henry Dan. Dan will float this one just towards back behind the net. Bouncing off the back wall, almost on it was Aaron Lee, but Tyler Wood will turn it around. Now near side, out come Connecticut. We've played 2.5 minutes here. Peter Leiden in, drags, fires, and a glove save. That one, Jones knocks it into the corner.
And we do just have to make an apology for earlier in the tournament. We said that Braden Lee and Aaron Lee were brothers. They're not. They're not even from in the same state.
Well, it's a large recruiting area for the Western Selects. Back out in front, Leiden a chance. Jones down. They're jamming away at it. And whistles blown. That's a couple great saves, Conrad, for Aiden Jones.
Just a scrum in front of the net there. Almost like we had the Edmonton Elks coming out with the anthem singer. But the smaller stature goaltender holding his ground quite well. As we made mention of, this is maybe the shortest goaltending tandem, but have certainly stood tall for the Western Selects.
Yeah, Aiden Jones throughout the playoffs, 821 save percentage in the one game that he played. Stopped 19 of 23. There's a shot from Corey. That one blocked, and out come the Selects, led here by Gabriel. Silas Gabriel in front for Trost. Just missed hand on the shot. Into the corner, Blanchard. Trost trying to hold it in. Nice little play there from Austin Jessup. Oh, pardon me, that was Zollinger. Now back in, Justin Corey fires. This one off the pad. Rebound chance, and Corey unable to get that one back towards the goaltender. Battling down low with Braden Lee. Tied up with Corey. In comes Fox. Peeled away by Blanchard. Blanchard now off the wall. Shot right in front. Liao shoots. Another chance. Glove save by Jones. What a snare of the leather as he robs Jackson Liao.
Something we've seen about Jones is he is very athletic, but also very positionally sound. Make sure to get the core of his body right in front of all these shots and getting a couple celebratory pats from all the teammates coming onto the ice.
An exceptional save by Aiden Jones. 11:28 left in the first, and it's still scoreless. All the way around the wall.
These players just getting used to having the 4 officials on this ice surface. They've only had 2 for the rest of the tournament, so it's a little bit different having actual linesmen.
Here comes Jessup. He'll bring it in. Fairback going to knock it down the wall. After it goes Grayson McKenzie. It'll be wrapped around the boards by the Selects. Looking for it is Easton Scott. Trying to shovel it up ahead there to Ethan Zhang. Zhang gets blocked up by Jessup. Austin Jessup, although only 1 assist in the tournament, probably the best shutdown defender so far in the 2011 birth years that I've seen. Number 96 in blue.
Certainly reminds me of a Robin or Gear type. Not looking so much on the offensive zone, but once you're down in those corners, you're not likely to emerge with the puck.
Near side, Scott will send it in. Austin Jessup back on it. He's going to turn it away from Scott. Now looks for the read up the boards. Look to be knocked out. That's Fairback. In there's McKenzie as well. Zhang. High slot shot from Duncan. Rolling puck settling in on top of the crease. And now cleared just to the blue line. Not out. Sent back in by Hoft. Austin Jessup into the corner. He'll fire it. This time Hoft can't contain it. Icing should be waved off, but no, it's not. It's going to be an icing call. Looked like that one did clip off the boot of Max Hoft, but nonetheless, it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Western Selects.
So Jessup's kind of the exception to the rule in this tournament. I almost want to replace the word defense on our roster sheet with going back to the 1920s with the rover position. All of these defensemen building off of the offensive defenseman build of Cale Makar. Very similar players to a lot of these guys. And if you talk to them, that's their idol.
Absolutely. How can it not be?
Definitely. Cale Makar with Alberta roots.
Back around, far side. Will be led out of the zone. Henry Dan will pick it up. Dan now trying to shake off the forecheck. Does. In across center ice. Dan now having harassed. There's Hebert. Almost made the play. Turned it over to Cross. This one, though, offside. And that's that defensive responsibility that I mentioned of Preston Hebert. He is never out of the play and constantly looking to set up Cross as well as Peter Leiden, pardon me.
Yeah, and it's weird. Generally, you think your center is going to be the defensively responsible one, but he's the wing. But you're not necessarily bound to your position anymore. He's still the F1, the first forward back.
And now here he comes, first forward in, a chance, stopped by Jones. How good has Aiden Jones been? 6, now 7 shots on net, and Jones has stopped them all.
Representing one of our tournament sponsors as well with his goal stick, True Hockey. Glad to have them involved in this tournament. One of our many gold or platinum level sponsors. Glad to have that all of our sponsors represented here in this tournament.
Well, it takes an army to put on an event like the Brick Invitational. Here comes Gabriel. Fox towards the front of the net. Gabriel looking to hit him. Turned back around by Zollinger. Great defensive play. Knocks it back to the wall. Trost looking to keep it in. Does. Back out. Now intercepted. Here comes Brody. Trost in. Shoots. 5-hole closed. Stopped by Hickey.
And look who's first to the puck for the Selects. It's Gabriel.
Gabriel back in. And now go ahead.
Hunting down those loose pucks.
Jack Cross now down the left wing. Looking to get around O'Rourke. Cross fires. Jones another save. Connecticut. Multiple grade A scoring opportunities here in the first period. Here's Lee, far side to Gabriel. Gabriel takes a wrist shot. That one off a stick and wide.
Does look like the Selects have kind of loaded this top line, putting Trost up, and it's led to some grade A scoring chances.
Blanchard with plenty of speed, flying around the ice, going for a little bit of a loop. Still has it in the slot. Now finally lost it. Cade O'Rourke will pick it up. Looking far side, knocked in by Gabriel. He'll turn away for a line change. Jessup back behind the net. Jessup around the boards. Blanchard walks it out of the zone. Now pass. Quick one up to Jackson Liao. Liao will knock a backhand behind the net of Jones. Braden Lee back for it. As played back out, Zhang to Duncan. Duncan, one-on-one, trying to get around Wood. The pass across. Scott in, shoots, blocker, saved by Hickey. Both goaltenders with now highlight reel saves.
I don't think Hickey saw that till the last
Right in the
second.
sun, too, man.
Yeah, gotta be difficult.
Duncan now stripped to the puck by Wood.
Duncan wearing a very charismatic number 0. Not allowed in the NHL any longer, but allowed here on the Brick Hockey Tournament ice.
Back out, Hunnison. Tried to drive it ahead to McKenzie. Turned back around by Scott. Backhand towards the net. Paddle down, but right to Zhang. Calling for it's Hoft. He's going to get it. D to D now. Across. Walking in. Back for Hoft. Hoft will fire. It's a fluttering shot. Rebound. Duncan and couldn't find the trigger. Pushed it wide. Hoft on the half wall. 7:15 left here in the first period. Zhang will fire. Blocked in front of the net. Smacked down the ice, but this one is going to be icing against the Connecticut Junior Rangers and an offensive zone draw coming up for the Western Selects.
And just a reminder, if you're watching at home and you're not sure why that wasn't the hybrid style icing, we are using the Alberta Minor Hockey playbook for this tournament. Full no-touch icing just for the safety of these players.
7-3, the shots on goal favor the Connecticut Junior Rangers.
Yeah, that's a very tilted number.
As Wood works it back out. Shot from the line from Springer. That one blocked, and Jack Cross will carry it back. Cross dipping down the left. Now driving it towards the net. Caught an edge, slipped down, picked up. Trying to work it out is Aaron Lee. Can't do it. Wood drives it back down low. On for the Selects. Truman Forbes. As Forbes will work it back out. Now stick check by Leiden, but Forbes keeps it moving. Down the right wing. Truman Forbes. Looking to drag it around Zollinger. Bouncing puck, a backhand shot, a rebound chance, and knocked into the corner.
You're already starting to see some line matching. This is the third forward line for the Selects coming out against the top line for the Rangers.
And Jack Cross, maybe a 3-on-2 developing. Cross will break it in. He's got Leiden to his right. Fires. This one stopped by Jones again. Yang will clear it all the way back out to center. Austin Jessup, nice little pivot to shake off Lee. Now feeds Hebert. Hebert up ahead for Leiden, but offside is a little bit not clean of an entrance. 6:03 left in a scoreless first period here in the championship game.
Cross took a little bit of a toe pick and couldn't quite get back across that blue line for the offside. But yeah, here comes that, as we mentioned multiple times already through this game, this big line of Fox, Gabriel, and Trost.
Jackson Liao won the face-off. Sent back across, D to D. O'Rourke up for Trost. Trost now trying to catch a step on Jessup. Not happening. Back for Blanchard. Blanchard walks it in. His wrist shot off the leg of Lee. Into the corner. Blanchard gobbles it back up top for Jessup. A rolling puck, trying to settle it down, and quick pressure now put on by Brody Trost. Back for Lee. Up for Fox. Now Gabriel. Trost trying to join him. Gabriel wide. Trost to the net. The pass comes and a little too high as Trost couldn't get the lumber on it. Fox in front. Trost. It'll trickle back to the point. O'Rourke D to Lee. Braden Lee fires a shot. That one hit Trost. Bounces back to Connecticut and sent out to center ice. Trying to jump on it is Del Giacco, pardon me. You'll see him constantly trying to jump into the rush as well. Great skating defenseman is Del Giacco.
100%. And you noticed at the start of the shift, they were double shifting Jessup to try and keep the defensive stalwart up against this Gabriel, Fox, and Brody Trost line.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see 96 line up against him and against those three as much as head coach Jeff Hamilton can.
Smart play. Try and limit the scoring and shot attempts.
As Wood with a shot attempt there. That went off the stick of O'Rourke, 4:35. I think we're going to have to put on sunglasses soon as sun peering through even more as it covers now 3/4 of the ice surface.
Or we'll have to get the eye black just like all of these players are wearing.
Right.
In fact, I think it's the Rangers that are rocking custom stickers instead of just the eye black.
Breaking it back in is Trost. He gets stripped of the puck by Leiden. Peter Leiden can absolutely fly. Dips around Jang. Now Leiden, what a move. Get around Lee. Peter Leiden in. Fires and stopped by Jones. No rebound to be had, but there you see Peter Leiden. We mentioned the pregame show. He scored the game winner, but it was his first goal. But that's the offense he can create.
And he's not somebody that's been invisible in this tournament.
Not at all.
He's always
In
been
fact,
on
the
the
opposite.
puck.
The
Yeah,
opposite.
he's been on the puck, just a little bit snake bitten.
Yeah.
And another story of this tournament is the low angle shots. When I was playing, we called those lowest percentage shots, but in this tournament, they certainly have not been that. Lots of scoring chances off of them.
Puck chipped around Zollinger. Now an odd man rush. Here comes Duncan. Duncan in on the load. Shoots, scores! Brando Duncan gives the Western Selects the first goal of the game, and it's 1-0 Western.
From zero to hero, looking shot the whole way, even though he had a teammate, I believe that was Scott with him, definitely knew he was going to shoot and puts it right short side on Hickey.
Brando Duncan, his third goal of the tournament and his 11th point, breaks the deadlock. 3:54 left in the first, 1-0 Western.
So I got to call the first game of the tournament here for the Western Selects, and he got their second goal and really started to turn the tides in that game. So I wonder if that's the icebreaker here.
Blanchard trying to even it up, breaks it in. Hove turns it around. Beldy now around. Here's Jessup. Jessup off the wall, back towards the net. Steered away by Beldy. Off a shin pad, a chance for Corey, and this one just slipped through the blue paint. So Easton Scott picking up one of the assists. Bounced up by Zhang.
Zhang wearing that number 87, so popularized by Sidney Crosby.
And Max Hoft picking up the other assist. So Hoft and Scott on the assist from Brando Duncan the goal. 1-0 Western. 3 minutes now left here in the first period. Sent around the wall. This one will ride along the stanchion. Fall off. Aaron Lee trying to jam it outside the zone. Hemmed up. Now Lee will take it. Back across center ice. Aaron Lee 1-on-3. Trying to be joined by Yang. Long distance shot. That one wide.
So fun little fact about our end boards here. It's not just an end board. They have a pad in behind it that's also part of our stanchions. Just because this rink is dug into the ground, give it a little bit of a softer feel if you're running into the end boards. And that's why you'll see the puck stick up there for so long.
Face off now. Going to be brought outside the zone. And the penalty coming up. Aaron Lee's heading to the box. It's a hooking call. Power play brought to you by Kachuk Advisory Group and Scotia Wealth Management. And the first man advantage of the game going to Connecticut.
Those are the ones that kill you. The offensive zone penalty. Pulls the puck all the way back down and gives the Rangers a chance to answer.
4 forwards here on the power play.
The pro-style power play.
Back up to the point. There's Severo. He gets knocked off the puck and sent down. It's Severo, Liao, Cross, Leiden, and Hebert. The 5 for Connecticut here on the power play.
Breakout pass a la Mike Smith there from the Rangers goaltender.
Lydon, what a move in, looking top corner and just a little too high. He's had a few great dangles inside the attacking zone and creating opportunities, Peter Lydon.
Quick hands, quick feet, definitely two qualities you're looking for a top winger in this tournament.
Jackson Liao drags it across, shot blocked by O'Rourke. Pointed back up towards the wall. Driving it towards Cross. Looking to get set up now is Connecticut. Quick shot by Cross, and once again, Aiden Jones closes the door. 10th shot on the net for Jones. Stopped them all.
And you mentioned there was an O'Rourke shot block there earlier. O'Rourke has been around everything, whether that be power play, quarterback, and obviously getting a double shift here on the penalty kill. He does everything on the back end for this Selects team.
When you talk about Connecticut and we mentioned Jessup and Severo, when you talk about the Western Selects, you got to mention Cade O'Rourke.
100% likely to be announced as one of the All-Stars for this tournament.
Duncan going to bring it out. He's got the game. Only goal so far, shorthanded, turned back away by Corey. Second power play unit out here with 57 seconds to work with. Fairback wide. Fairback stops up into the circle. Looks at the backhand shot. Great little block there, but it right to Blanchard. Couldn't get it towards the net. Tyler Wood back in, but this one sent all the way out by Cade O'Rourke. And now finally, that was a 1:20 shift for O'Rourke. He'll take a line change. Turned over by Trost. He's got Duncan. Trost drags, fires, and just pushed it off the far side post.
That was a very smart shot. Was almost looking for Brando Duncan's stick with the shot.
Back in comes Liao, looking to go inside and out around Hof. Not happening. Cross back the other way. Hof will poke him off the puck, back towards the line. There's Hebert. Hebert now will spin off the puck. Has a chance. Slap shot just wide. Hard off the back wall. Rebound chance blocked. Hebert manning the point on this power play, trying to shovel it across to Liao. Liao will pick it back up. He shoots. Stopped by Jones. Cross in. Take it off the puck by Beldy. Up top for Hebert. He's going to let another one go. Hebert shoots. Tipped in front up over the net.
As you mentioned, we see a lot of number 21, Charlie Severo, the only listed defenseman, but he was down near the goal line for most of that shift.
Yeah, Hebert quarterbacking the power play on the last little exchange there. Power play now over, 0 for 1. The Connecticut Junior Rangers. Here's Wood up the wall, looking for Lydon. Lydon across. Hoft gets in the way. No call on the play. Looked like maybe a little bit of a body contact there. Not allowed in this tournament. Nonetheless, we'll resume play 5-on-5. Cross. Now Zhang takes him down. The final seconds will roll off the board, and it's the Western Selects after the goal by Brando Duncan. A 1-0 lead after one.
And even with taking that 2-minute penalty, they still lead on the shot clock as well. 11-4. Or never mind, they trail 4-11.
Yeah.
Getting it backwards here. Oh, and it's my first game of the day. Can you tell I had a day off yesterday and I'm rusty already?
Well, it's only one game today. It's championship hockey, and then of course we return tomorrow with 9 games of the 2012 birth year here at the Brick Invitational.
Yeah, and you know what? I think both of these teams can keep their heads held high, even if you're trailing 1-0. It's early. We got the 2 more 15-minute periods, and you're coming back out to a fresh ice surface. You haven't actually had a second period with fresh ice all tournament.
Well, if you're Connecticut, yeah, absolutely. You have no reason to be sort of down on yourself because you've created almost 3 times the amount of scoring opportunities than Western has, but it was Brando Duncan that has the game's go-ahead goal.
Yeah, and we're seeing the shot clock might not be the most true judge of where the possession has been. You've had lots of shots blocked in front, not counting as shots on goal, obviously. And a couple of these little backhands just flipping right over the top of the net, slap shots going wide. So I think it's been a fairly even game so far to this point.
Western Selects lead 1-0 after 1 period of play. We'll take a break and then come back with your period scoring summary and the highlight of Brando Duncan's goal next. Right here on the Brick Invitational in West Edmonton Mall.
Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. The students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment.
Welcome back inside West Edmonton Mall. Rory McGoran joined alongside Conrad Krauser as 15 minutes gone, 1 period done, and 2 remain, and it's 1-0 for the Western Selects.
And certainly the goal scoring totals don't match the chances. We've had tons of chances for both ends, but I think we've actually got some of our highlights queued up and ready to go.
We do. As you mentioned those chances, how about this one by Jackson Liao? And the glove save, though, Aiden Jones has stopped 13 of 13 so far throughout 1 period of play. None better than this glove save, though, on Liao.
Gets his body across in great position, not once, but twice. Managing to flash that leather, and certainly makes a little flare on it. Make sure everyone knows it's in the glove.
Got stick pats on the pad by, all 5 players coming back after the line change. Aiden Jones, 13 of 13. He's kept it a 1-0 game as Connecticut has had the majority of the scoring chances. They lead the shot total 13-7.
Yeah, 13-7. It was 13-4. I guess they added 3 shots over the period of intermission. But it truly is something to say that the smaller of the 2 goaltenders has come up big.
Well, on the other side, it was Brando Duncan, as we have that goal highlight ready for you. It was the Western Selects, and Brando Duncan, just his work along the boards. As you look at that, chipped it around the defense, a little bit of a pinch there from Wood, and Duncan made no mistake firing it across the far side and beating Hickey for the game's only goal.
As I mentioned with the call, doesn't look like he was looking past at any time.
No.
He's looking right on net, looking to get that opening goal and break the ice, open the floodgates, whatever euphemism you want to say here for this one.
It's 1-0 for the Western Selects, as we'll take one more break, and when we come back, it's second period puck drop here at the Brick Invitational Championship game of the 2011 birth years on a.
At Collins Hotel, we have you and your family's comfort in mind. Relax in one of our 16 suites featuring king or queen size beds and 36-inch TVs. Suites also include a mini fridge and other kitchen appliances to make your stay as comfortable as possible. During your stay in Pilot Mound, visit Weiser's Restaurant, our attached family-friendly restaurant and bar. It is the perfect location to host group meals, dine with the family, or unwind after a hockey game. Come in and meet our friendly staff offering daily specials on food and drinks, Wing Night Wednesdays, Buffet Fridays, and multiple TVs to watch the game. Weiser's is the place to be. Collins Hotel and Weiser's Restaurant and Bar, located across the street from Blackjack Stewart Arena off Highway 3 in Pilot Mound.
Back here in West Edmonton Mall, Rory McGoran alongside Conrad Krauser as 1 period gone and 2 period remain. The Western Selects lead 1-0 as they hit the ice. Brando Duncan with the goal, and the assist coming to Max Hoft and Easton Scott, and that's all it stands as shots 13-7 in favor of Connecticut, but Aiden Jones on the other side for the Selects has stopped all 13.
Yeah, it certainly has, and you see already the Selects trying to get their fans involved, getting those long flybys all the way from corner to corner. It's quite a different environment here, and the kids love it. And I love it as a commentator too. It's a lot of fun.
Can't say I've ever worn sunglasses while broadcasting a hockey game before, but in this environment you kind of have to.
Yeah, we aren't rocking the eye black that these players are, and I was actually mistaken. The Rangers have the old school custom painted eye black. The Western Selects all wearing custom printed eye black.
The old stickers that go on.
Yep.
Well,
representing their team.
1-0 after 20 minutes of play, and teams will switch sides. And now it looks like both goaltenders aren't going to be saved from the sun, as it's creeped over now about 75% of the rink surface.
Truly is a hockey cathedral with the stained glass.
At center ice, we got Jack Cross taking on the face-off against Charlie Fox. O'Rourke back into his own zone, turned over as Cross. This one will bounce in over the stick of Hebert, Sent back up, Fox trying to connect with Trost up the near side boards. Cross bounced it to Peter Leiden. Leiden now gonna try to get a step, and the puck just rolls off his stick. Bounced all the way out to center. Wood, D to Severo. He'll roll it up the right wing wall. Trying to bounce it back in is Hebert. Following it up is Cross. Trost will knock it away from him. O'Rourke, long lead pass. Nice little play there by Severo to jump in and break it up. Severo now drags it in, takes it wide. Severo towards the net, shoots. This one stopped by Jones. Off the side of the net in the glove, and then back around.
Severo just dumps it back in deep. Their power play and special teams quarterback taking the opportunity to get a line change.
Brody Trost battling on the corner with Austin Jessup. It'll tuck itself around the wall and fired now up towards the left wing, where Gabriel will send it in right on towards Del Giaco. Reese Del Giaco wide around Fox. Now almost lost it to Trost. Covering is Jessup near side. On for Corey. He'll send it in back for O'Rourke. D on for Braden Lee. Lee hits a body. Followed in by Corey. Liao now. Had a great opportunity in the first. Back around the net. Liao. Almost taken off the puck. Now he is by Braden Lee. Liao stuck with it. Back for Blanchard on the wall. Going to be pushed outside the zone. A little bit of a hip check there, but nothing called on the ice. 13-12 left in the second period. O'Rourke lifts it up. Finding it is Jessup. Jessup can't fire it into the zone. Back comes Zhang. Up ahead to Scott. Scott now back across. And a nice defensive play. I think that was Tyler Wood breaking that up.
Wood and Duncan have been battling all game so far. The score currently sits at Duncan 1, but we'll see how that evens up through the rest of the play.
Back around the net. Battling forward is Scott. Easton Scott around the boards. Hoft at the line, looking to jam it back in. Zhang there. A little bit of a size mismatch against Peter Leiden. Leiden gets it to the point, held in by Hoft. Across for Beldy. Beldy now fires one towards the net. That one blocked. Scott unable to keep that. And steered back out by Corey. Corey flying down the right wing. Does he have a step towards the net? And a nice poke check coming back from Beldy. Corey still has it, looking for the man in the slot. Bounced up back to the point. Severo down the wall. Jack Cross. That one poke checked off by Hoft. Those two battle into the corner wall. Around the net. Beldy takes it up near side. Scott, and he'll sneak that one outside to center ice, where Severo will pick it up, bring it right back in. Trying to drive it a little bit down lower, but Zhang prevents that. Here's Jack Cross taking off the puck by Beldy. And back the other way comes Truman Forbes. Forbes just briefly into the zone before it's picked back up by Wood. Wood in across center. He's got Cross with him. Now joining is Hebert. Backhand pass. No, he doesn't. It's picked off by Scott. Looked like he had Hebert. And here comes Lee. Lee now down the left towards the net. In front. Forbes stopped by Hickey.
Forbes couldn't collect the pass cleanly, and I think if he had, that might have found Twine.
3-on-2 back the other way, but Jack Cross lost possession of the puck. A bouncing one. Hebert will get it back out in front. And paddle down, breaking up that pass, trying to get it to Nicholas Humiston, pardon me, as Lee will send it back in. Around the net of Hickey. Both goaltenders have been spectacular in this game as we're 4 minutes into the second period.
Selects are looking to make a change with their forward group. But just a reminder, this is an old school barn with the penalty box in the middle, and it'll lead to stuff like that, where a line change will lead to an offside just because of where the forward door is.
And there is an offside as Noah Springer brought it in a little ahead of the play. 10:54 left in the second period. Still 1-0 for Western.
Both of us do junior hockey in our spare time, and so we're used to barns like this. Some of the older school barns that we see play in the AJ and the SJHL.
Back out for Fox. Fox now breaking it in. That is carried back out. Grayson McKenzie. Fox back across the other way. Trost is going to bring it in. Trost into the corner. Tied up by Wood. Out towards center ice. Lee fires. This one a bouncing puck. Trost looking for it. And knocked free. That was Fairback. This one into the corner wall. All the way back up to the point. Dragging it. O'Rourke. Great block in front. That's Fairback again. Unable to clear the zone though. Still onside. Now they do. Enough speed here to get a 2-on-1. Brought back in. Long distance shot and into the glove of Aiden Jones. He'll cover it. His 15th save of the game.
Fox taking a little bit of a stumble. You know, just a little tangling his skates after the whistle. No harm, no foul.
10:07 left here in the second period. Championship game.
Living up to its billing, for sure.
Jackson Liao on the faceoff against Ethan Zhang. Liao will win it back with help from Blanchard. Back down the wall. Around the net of Jones. That one shoved up the boards and kept in. Good play by Corey. Springer after it. Turns direction, shakes off the forecheck. That'll allow a little bit of room for Dan. Dan now, quick pressure though by Blanchard. Liao in, Blanchard works it back up the wall. Blanchard now to Frazier. Frazier fires it back around the boards. Liao after it. Around the other side's Corey. Corey battling with Springer. Shakes free. Up top. Frazier rolling puck. Shoots. Blocked by Scott. Back around the net. After it, a loose puck into the corner. Scrum ensues. Looking to sneak free is Blanchard. Corey in, helping out. Blanchard goes for a line change. Zhang will pick it up for the Selects. Lift it back to the point. Held in briefly by Zollinger and now cleared. All the way out by the Selects. Out to center ice. Zhang near side to Dan. Dan will fire this one in for the Selects. All the way around the net of Hickey. Zollinger after it. Playing it to the far side. Scott can't hold. Back out. A little bit of a stumble there for a Connecticut player and Peter Leiden, but he does get help and all the way back down. 8:50 left here in the second period. Still no score in the middle frame. It's 1-0 for the Western Selects. That goal by Brando Duncan back in the first.
A lot of flow to this game. Not a ton of whistles interrupting the play.
Love the pace. Absolutely back and forth. Line changes on the fly. There you see Hickey play another one out. Over skating it was Del Giaco. Up for Cross. Jack Cross a little bit snake-bitten in the playoffs so far. An exceptional round robin, but you know at any time he can change a game.
Certainly.
Bouncing puck. That one kind of sneakily making its way to Jones. And he's there to make the save, though.
You made mention of Hickey's ability to play the puck. And I wonder if he's watched some of these Oilers games in preparation of coming here to Edmonton, because he does certainly have those Mike Smith-esque qualities. And I say that in a positive way, not the negative way that we saw in their elimination against the Avalanche.
I'm a Jets fan, so.
I think we've all seen the best and worst with Mike Smith.
Here's a chance now for Connecticut. Odd man rush. Shoots. Stopped by Jones. Hebert was on the far side of the net. Leiden trying to even up the score. Leiden now twisting and turning. He's had a few opportunities in this game, hasn't he?
He certainly has.
Back up to the point. Sorry, Conrad, didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, no problem. But we will say that Jones, definitely the quickest to pop back up out of that butterfly, making sure to cover the top of the net.
Hoft now going to fly it outside the zone. Jumped right on by Severo. Didn't like the read in the zone. Now he'll pick up a little speed. Watched by Yang. Severo backhands that one into the attacking zone. Heads off for a line change. After it goes Jack Cross. It'll be shoved up along the wall. Aaron Lee clears it out. Now the pass across. Caleb Yang trying to knock it back into the Connecticut zone, but turned back around by Fairback. Wood. Both of them can't get it deep in. Fairback, another opportunity. Runs into Lee, though. Here comes Lee. Back across, flipped out to the blue line, not out. Beldy, a chance to get it deep, can't. Fairback out to center. It's a little bit of a back and forth across center ice we go as both teams get in position.
It's almost like there's walls at the blue lines. No one ever able to establish a zone control.
Now finally sent in. That was Stephen Beldy before he heads off for a line change. Jessup a little bit of trouble with it, but sticks to it. Uses the skate to kick it back out to the blue line. Followed up by Cross. Now Braden Lee. Nice little touch pass by Trost. That's going to lead in. In comes Charlie Fox. Shoots, scores!
What a move in front of the net. Filthy mitts.
Charlie Fox goes forehand, backhand after the pass from Trost. And it's 2-0 Western.
We've been singing his praises all tournament. He's got a ton of assists off of pucks bouncing off of goal pads, leading to his line mates popping them home, but gets one on the scoreboard for himself with I got to say, one of the best moves all tournament.
I've been so enthralled with Charlie Fox. You mentioned down in the dressing room those red underlines. Well,
you might see that one for
7 years from now.
Yeah.
6 years from now, you might see that one under number 18 of the Western Selects.
100%. Certainly high hockey IQ to match with the skills too.
There comes Gabriel, far side. Brody Trost will work it into the corner again. They leave that top line out. Western still being outshot 15-9, but again, you can't blame the goaltender Hickey on that one. What an unbelievable move by Charlie Fox.
To have the patience for that move at this age, absolutely. Can't say anything more.
Here comes again Gabriel. Gabriel firing it. Blocked up. Fox will find it in the corner, throw it around to Brody Trost. He's going to look up top and above the shoulder, but it was blocked. Jackson Leal the other way. Leal wide into the corner. Lifts the stick of Lee. Leal out in front, shot, scores! As Justin Corey answers back, and it's a 1-goal game again. His third goal of the tournament. It's 2-1 for Western.
Corey definitely more of a playmaker in this tournament, but finally pops one home, finally finding the answer for this Selects goaltending and tough defense.
Well, what a play by Jackson Leal. You saw it when they were a little tight together, and he had the patience to not make the pass immediately. Wait till Corey separated on the far side of the post, then fired across, and it was a wide open side, passed across Aiden Jones, and Leal creates that goal. Corey gets himself in the right position, and it's 2-1.
Definitely a good goal, and it got the fans back involved.
Here comes Peter Lydon now, trying to get a step on Springer. His shot stopped by Jones. Lydon battling in the corner. Scrum ensues. A little bit of a jump now in the step of Connecticut. There's a chance there. Cross walks it in. The rebound chance for Hebert and couldn't find it. Hebert up top to Severo. Walks the line. Tucks back into the corner. Will send it in. So Peter Lydon picking up the secondary assist. Of course, Jackson Leal, the primary on the goal by Corey. This one will be dumped in, and Aiden Jones elects to play it.
You know what Severo really reminds me of? Another player to wear this Rangers jersey, Adam Fox. Definitely able to twist and turn to the blue line, create space for himself, not relying on teammates.
Yeah, you can tell he's got the offensive ability for sure, but he doesn't ever put himself out of defensive responsibility.
Yeah, and at this age, that's so hard to do because you're always, especially when you're trailing, you're thinking, I got to get that goal. I got to get my team that opportunity, but not allowing that defensive lapse to happen to not widen that lead.
2-1 the score, 4:56 left in the second period. What a championship game we've had so far.
The time is flying, and so are these players. Back and forth. Oh, and off the linesman there.
Shakes it off and back down low. Danger's in front of his own net as Hof tried to go back behind the net and had the wrong little curve on it. Popped it right in front of the blue paint. Here comes McKenzie. McKenzie wide, dropping it across. Zollinger down the boards, battling up. Yang to the line, not out. Del Giacco takes a shot, and that one looked after by McKenzie, but couldn't find it, and then cleared away by Hoft. Colosso, go ahead.
Nice little block there from Beldy, too, on the shot attempt.
Back down low. Connecticut now leaning the ice ever so slightly in their favor after going down 2-0. Here's Wood. Twists off. Great little play there. Shakes off a couple forwards. Trying to battle back with Zhang, but Wood sticks with it. Gets it in. Blanchard will help him out. Down low. Steered away by Beldy. Off the boards. Getting his butt to the wall there was Hebert, I believe. Back up. Corey down low. Pardon me, it was Liao, not Hebert. That one rides the boards again. Corey around the net. Beldy quickly swings it along the wall. Severo at the line. Long shot, a bouncing one. Always dangerous, but Beldy gets his legs in the way and blocks it. Helps out his goaltender. 3:20 left here in the second period. Severo walking in. Took a little bit of a shot there from Yang. Play resumes. Back out to center ice. Connecticut crowd wants a penalty. Not getting one, as Corey will swing it back in. Back for Hoft. Hoft around the net. Lifts it all the way out. Here comes Aaron Lee. Lee will work it in. A 3-on-2 develops. Aaron Lee across, in. Chance for Forbes. Rebound chance. And that one pushed wide. On the trigger was Brody Trost. Here comes Connecticut. That was their first opportunity since scoring the second goal for Western. Dips around. Parker Lydon in front. And the pass a little bit behind Hebert. Lydon again. He creates. Back comes Gabriel in front. And Charlie Fox just missed the net. End-to-end action here in the final few minutes. Fox in front. Great stick check. Who was it on the back check? Hebert. Again, strips Fox. Lydon back the other way. He'll leave it. Hebert in. Hebert to the slot. Looking to get it in front for Cross. And that one knocked by Braden Lee. Out to the line. Frazier lost it. Back comes Brody Trost. One-on-one with Wood. Trost wide. His shot in and out of the glove. The goaltender Hickey. Back out. Gabriel holds. He'll send it in. Trost, far side. Sent back out, and here comes Cross. Under 2 minutes to play. Jack Cross trying to get wide around Braden Lee. He'll be sent to O'Rourke. O'Rourke now, once again, changes directions to the near. Lee up for Fox. Charlie Fox. Nice little pass across for Duncan. Duncan will roll it back into the corner. Duncan still trying to gobble it up. Shot coming off the bench from Zhang. That one blocked. And Connecticut will break it out of the zone. Here goes McKenzie. End to end. No whistles and a chance in front. But last backer was O'Rourke to steer it away from the front of the net.
Ken O'Rourke does everything right for this team. Taking the opportunity to just sweep it into the corner, keep play going, and eliminate the high danger scoring chance.
Not sure we've had a whistle since that goal by Corey to get the 2-1. Last minute of the play already here as it's flipped back in by the Selects. Del Giacco puts on the brakes, shakes off one. Now looking to break it up the boards. Here goes Colosimo. Turned over by Duncan. Colosimo trying to list the stick. Duncan to the wall. Lee jumps in. Tipped in front. Almost back in. Lifted into the high slot. And broken out by Grayson McKenzie. He'll get to center. Send it in. They head off for a line change. 30 seconds left. 2-1 for the Selects. It bounces off the shin pad of Corey. Found by Duncan. Has Liao right on him. Corey will work it back in, trying to get around Springer. Shakes him off balance. Springer to Lee. Lee now up the wall. Duncan taps it in. He'll head off for a line change. 13 seconds left. Del Giacco back around the net. Tried to go D to Frazier. Tied up by Zhang. Into the corner. Great work by Frazier. In the final seconds of the defensive zone will roll off. And Frazier there able just to eat some time and prevent a last scoring opportunity for the Selects.
You know, we make mention of all the light that's coming onto this ice, but they just replaced the ice machine on this rink 4 years ago, and the ice crew has done an excellent job at keeping this surface as good as it can be considering the weird circumstances. And you know, I'm so glad we haven't had to mention it as a factor in this game other than the light. Both these teams able to use a fresh sheet of ice and have a fantastic period and provide some great hockey for those of us watching here at West Edmonton Mall and those of you watching at home.
Well, it was 1-0 entering the second period, and let's just reflect back on the goal by Charlie Fox. How about that? It made it 2-0.
Backhand, forehand, backhand, and then back to the forehand. Just quick hands in tight. Not a lot of players at any level can make that kind of move.
I think Brody Trost knew, because he initially had the puck just inside the zone, that Fox had the better angle around the defenseman than Trost taking it wide around the right. He just a one-touch pass and led his centerman right towards a breakaway.
Yeah, and as I said, not many people can make the move. Definitely a patient move, too, not rushing the shot, which you can see in a high-pressure environment like this sometimes.
And on the other side, the countering attack by Connecticut to make it 2-1. It was Justin Corey, but the vision behind the net by Jackson Liao.
Yeah, just a backdoor play. You're seeing a lot more of that now. Not giving up on the puck when it's behind the net. Almost did you watch the old Don Cherry tapes when you were growing up?
Oh, Rock'em Sock'em?
Rock'em Sock'em. How he dubbed the area behind the net Gretzky's office. Definitely seeing that here in this tournament, where players aren't afraid to take their time behind the net and wait for a pass to open up.
Well, that's the score after 2 periods of play. 2-1 for the Selects. Shots on goal, 15-9, favoring the Junior Rangers. We got 15 minutes left and a championship on the line right here at the Brick Invitational 2011 birth year championship game at West Edmonton Mall.
At Collins Hotel, we have you and your family's comfort in mind. Relax in one of our 16 suites featuring king or queen size beds and 36-inch TVs. Suites also include a mini fridge and other kitchen appliances to make your stay as comfortable as possible. During your stay in Pilot Mound, visit Weiser's Restaurant, our attached family-friendly restaurant and bar. It is the perfect location to host group meals, dine with the family, or unwind after a hockey game. Come in and meet our friendly staff offering daily specials on food and drinks, Wing Night Wednesdays, Buffet Fridays, and multiple TVs to watch the game. Weiser's is the place to be. Collins Hotel and Weiser's Restaurant and Bar, located across the street from Blackjack Stewart Arena off Highway 3 in Pilot Mound.
Welcome back inside West Edmonton Mall. Rory McGoran alongside Conrad Krauser. His 2 periods gone. 1 period remain and a 2-1 lead for the Western Selects.
Yeah, it's been a 1-goal lead going into both of our intermissions. And I think this will be where we see a lot more flow to the game. Not that we haven't had it in the first 2.
Well, let's get to a little bit of a recap as this period started 1-0 until Charlie Fox. And how about the goal? As we're going to see here, watch Brody Trost notice that Fox has the better lane to the net, and then the move was absolutely elite.
Yeah, turned around there right at the blue line.
What a play by
Oh,
Charlie
my
Fox.
goodness.
And no chance for Hickey. That made it 2-0 for the Western Selects, and then it was answered by Justin Corey of the Connecticut Junior Rangers, and it was a great pass from behind the net of Jackson Liao.
Yeah, Liao's been doing this all tournament. Definitely a big, strong player, hard to knock off the puck, and make sure to do the right thing and outweight the defender.
You'll see it right here. The play starts out, and breaking it down the ice is Jackson Liao. He'll get knocked back behind the net, but doesn't give up and strips the puck to the defenseman, waits to Corey to move to the backside, feeds him in front, and that made it 2-1. As that's where it stands after 2 periods of play, a 1-goal game with 1 period remaining here in the championship.
And Corey makes sure that he isn't in too close. Make sure to give that space to the
Little bit back
goaltender.
up, yeah.
Swivel his hips and make sure to fire that one as hard as he can.
Now 15 minutes remain. It's a 2-1 lead for the Western Selects as we head back to ice level and get ready for the final period of play.
We might have a little bit of a delay. I gave props to the new ice machine. We are seeing a little bit of water pooling. So I think the linesmen and referees will give it the adequate time. It's hard, as you now see, as we've had it all morning. We get light into our eyes. It's right on the ice. Heats it up a little bit, especially around the lines. But, you know, it's still an amazing ice surface, still an amazing tournament. And the Selects going to give some high fives, getting the crowd engaged, making sure they have that backing to them.
That'll be the Western Selects. Aiden Jones in net. Down to our left, Connecticut Junior Rangers. And James Hickey down to our right.
And goaltending is a fraternity. You notice everyone's giving handshakes down the hallways here, but the goaltenders give it a little extra. They have a little bit of a communication as they go down to the locker rooms. The brotherhood of goaltending.
Up front, it's Fox, Trost, and Gabriel for the Selects. It's Cross, Leiden, and Hebert, top lines of each. And sent back in now by Braden Lee. It's picked up by Gabriel, in towards the slot. Fox unable to steer that one towards Trost, and instead, Connecticut will bring it back out. Hebert had that one chipped off his stick. Played towards the wall by Leiden. Cross back into his own zone, looking to turn it back up. He does. Leiden will pick it up, trying to get inside and out, and he does around O'Rourke. Played it near side.
Great back check from Fox, dispossessing that puck.
Severo wraps it around the net. Hebert trying to jam it out in front. Picked up by Fox. Sent back out to center ice. I think the sun's getting even brighter here.
Yeah, Gabriel almost looked like he lost it a little bit in the sun. Gabriel always identifiable by that banana yellow blade that he uses.
Now back in front is Cross trying to hit Leiden. It's played all the way out. Trost to Gabriel. That one bounced off his stick. Nice pass in for Leiden on a line change. Peter Leiden in, shoots, glove save by Jones.
Jones getting some appreciation from Duncan. A little slow coming off the bench. You see that at every level though, with just taking advantage of when that is that open ice, when you do that full 5-off change on the fly.
And it was a beautiful pass coming out from behind the blue line right before the change to spring Peter Leiden in.
That one between the wickets of Del Jaco, we've been told.
And it was Jack Cross who made that pass to Leiden before going off for the line change, recognizing that Western Selects had all 5 heading towards the bench. A shot coming from Springer. Back behind the net. Another bouncing one towards the side of the net of Hickey. Cleared back out. Liao to the line. Good job holding it in is Henry Dan. Now played near side. It's Blanchard. He'll work it down low. Springer watching him. In for Liao. Shoved up against the boards by Zhang. Now near side, Duncan. Far for Scott. Scott will work it into the attacking zone. Fires this one off a leg and wide. Zhang. Pardon me, that's Tyler Wood. Will work it up, trying to get it. Now to Liao. A little bit out of the reach where Springer. Stick check by Zollinger. Picked up by Severo. Charlie Severo. Wide around Zhang. Now up the wall. He'll lead his man in. Sent down deep. Grayson McKenzie. Stick check by Springer. Shakes it off. Now taken off the puck by Zhang. Lead pass off the boards. Banked now in by Aaron Lee. Frazier. D to D. Del Giaco. Rolls it outside the zone. Cross a turnover though. In comes Frazier, and that one took a bump. As back come the Western Selects, led by Yang. Yang in wide, looking for a high shot, blocked by Del Giaco. Around the net, 12-14 left here in the third period. It's 2-1 for the Western Selects. Hoft a long distance shot, that one makes it right onto the net. Hickey gets the save and a rebound back behind the net.
Took a little bit of a weird bounce as the puck was fluttering.
Now into the corner, around the net of Jones. Scooped up, sent out of the zone. Hebert, he's going to bring it in. Now help from Leiden. Cross going to follow as well. Send it into the high slot. Peeled away by Lee. Lee will get it out to center ice. That's as far as it goes. Severo back the other way. Shakes off. Finds a little real estate. Severo wide around the net. Still with it. Defenseman jumping in back behind the net. Severo trying to get it out in front. Cross a chance. Severo shoots. Scores! Charlie Severo, the defenseman, down low to the side of the net, sticks with it and ties the game. It's 2-2.
Very smart player, knowing when his team needs him to come down and pinch. Getting the tying marker here. And oh boy, those fans are back in it, down in the right-hand side. They also have the world's largest cowbell. Well, largest I've ever seen. Custom welded by a family member, and you can hear that one ringing throughout the stadium.
2-0 for the Western Selects, and now 2 straight goals for Connecticut to tie up the championship. Back out, here comes Gabriel. Scored the overtime winner in the semifinals. Gonna try to throw it towards the net, that one back behind. Charlie Severo, his second goal of the tournament. But 7th point, and he had 2 points in the semifinal game in their victory over Minnesota.
Charlie O'Rourke disagrees with that offside call, saying he had it still in the zone, but I don't think I've ever seen an offside call argued and changed over.
No. Not a lot of times you're changing the referee's mind on anything, to that matter.
I can think of once. Mark Giordano in Toronto this year.
No. What was the call?
Argued his way out of a hooking call.
Yeah, right. Really?
Yes, it happened once. It's the first time I have ever seen it.
Yeah. Back in front, a shot coming from Liao. That time he was the recipient of a pass from Justin Corey. Corey now working it wide in front. Tip trying to get after it was Blanchard. Once again, Connecticut putting the pressure on. This one, Charlie Fox on, trying to get around the defenseman and can't as Frazier gets back. Played it up the boards. Justin Corey can't ship it around the defense. Fox in front, a bouncing one out of midair and stopped by Hickey.
Is his off-season sport baseball? Because it should be based on that swing.
2-on-1 coming back the other way. Liao and Blanchard. Liao wide shoots, stopped by Jones. Goaltenders on both ends making saves, and no rebound to be had there for Jones.
And Charlie O'Rourke not happy. His goaltender got a whack, and O'Rourke making sure no more of that takes place. Gets between the man and his goaltender. Seen a few scrums based on the extra pokes and whacks.
Working it down to the far side, in back behind the net. Springer will pick it up around the boards. Out for Duncan. Wood, though. Duncan's going to break it past Wood. Chance again for Brando Duncan. Across for Scott, and the bouncing puck up and over the stick. A tie game. Here in the final frame, of course, if it goes to overtime, we'll have 10 minutes of 5-on-5, and we'll continue doing that with a less player. Duncan shoots this one off a leg. If no one scores, it'll be 10 minutes of 4-on-4, 10 minutes of 3-on-3, and so on and so forth until we find a victor.
These goalies both trying to avoid that scenario.
As 9:48 remains here, offensive zone draw 2-2, 21-12. The shots on goal favor Connecticut.
The song couldn't be more appropriate for this scenario. Both teams needing to take a chance.
Back in behind the net. This one clips off the side before Del Giaco will play it up towards the wall. Springer holds. Shot blocked by Del Giaco.
We've seen a couple of those shot blocks with the gloves actually end up bouncing towards goal, and I think we saw one bounce in and become a goal on day 2.
Hickey allows to play that one. Sent back in by the Selects. Del Giaco on it. D-to-D. Diving, trying to get to it was Frazier. Frazier sees Hebert, hits him. Hebert now finds Leiden. Parker Leiden, a little toe drag, gets the shot. That one clipped off the stick of Henry Dan as well. And then just wide of the net, off the bench. Here comes Severo, has the game-tying goal. Will backhand it all the way down into the corner.
Such good hockey IQ, knowing when and where to put that puck to give his team the opposite chance.
Back down low, working it up top was Cross, and just up and over the net, may have hit a body as well. Duncan.
The snake bit Cross definitely has had his chances here in the playoffs, just not able to pot one in since the end of the round robin.
Now down is Henry Dan around the net. Here comes Springer. Into the corner, Duncan on the wall will lead it out to center ice. We got 8 minutes and 30 seconds left here in regulation between the Selects and the Junior Rangers.
So you know how I talked about the hockey IQ of Severo? He is openly communicating, yelling to teammates where players are open.
Now here comes Forbes, Blanchard, and this one's going to be offside. As we're going to get now a look at the replay of the game-tying goal, Charlie Severo, as you see it here, brings it back behind the net, and he just battles, tries a wraparound, one whack, goes right back to him, and then pops it over the leg of Aiden Jones.
I know I've already drawn the comparison to Adam Fox. That one, definitely more Cale Makar to me.
O'Rourke. There's Cade O'Rourke, far side to Braden Lee, bringing it in. The defenseman now jumping down low. Back for it, Del Giaco. Reached the 8-minute mark remaining here in the third period. Lee, good job to hold the zone. It'll roll to Del Giaco. Del Giaco, twisting, turning, finds an open winger in Corey. Far side, now near for Liao. Liao will take it wide and runs into the legs there of Lee, but followed up by Corey. Justin Corey. This one just couldn't get a shot off. Broken up by Caleb Yang. Defenseman blows a tire. Is that going to allow Forbes to get in? Two bodies go down together, and a penalty coming up here. It's a chipping call going to Zollinger, and the Selects up to the power play as Connecticut fans not liking the call, but nonetheless, they're going to have to kill one off.
Yeah, veteran referee Norm Shaw making the call. Our head of officiating for this tournament, and also officiating himself. But definitely opens the door for the Selects to take the lead once again. Trailing on the shot clock, 13:21.
Power play brought to you by Kachuk Advisory Group and Scotia Wealth Management. Far side now, working it near, great pass, Fox shot, what a save by Hickey. Closes the door as Fox let that one ride, and Hickey had to move all the way across the net. What a pass. I believe it was Lee that found near side for Fox.
Great lateral movement there from Hickey.
Back into the faceoff. Fox will win it, tries firing it again. That one up and into the air. Zebulon Zollinger, the penalty, back behind the net. Fox battling. It's Fox, Gabriel, Trost, Lee, and O'Rourke on the power play. You got Blanchard, Cross up front, and now they'll make a line change on the PK for Connecticut. O'Rourke will pick it up. Cade O'Rourke, far side to Lee. Inside the attacking end. Lee wide around the defense. Gonna drop it back to the point. Lee overskates it. Now a chance going back, shorthanded. Here comes Connecticut. In goes Parker Leiden. Leiden outside, trying to snap a shot and blocked by Cade O'Rourke, and up and out of play.
Yeah, definitely ever dangerous Lions. Takes his, Leiden, apology, just with one move, fires it, and it was actually Gabriel missing the puck at the point there. The banana blade. reminiscent of the banana blade of the 40s, where you'd actually break your stick and then tape it up to play with it, and you get some weird wobbles.
Western selects now, 1 minute left on the power play. Tapped in by Trost, right onto the glove though of Del Giacco. He'll fire this one high off the glass, rattles all the way down. Leiden gonna try to get a step, does, and his shot just goes wide. I think Braden Lee got Leiden again. How many opportunities shorthanded does he have? Wraparound chance from Peter Leiden, and then gets taken down after the play. As a couple late whacks there, and Lee didn't like it. Knocks him down, or it was Fox actually knocks him down, but Peter Leiden now 3 or 4 opportunities shorthanded.
High engine, working hard to make sure that he can regain that puck. I'm just making sure our in-house PA announcer didn't have anything that is about our game. He's just trying to gather all the teams, because after, reminder, we do have the celebration of every team in this tournament, so be sure to keep your eyes peeled for that one after our game today.
Maybe a little bit of a tripping call. Got away with one there, did Connecticut. As back in comes Scott. Scott will stop up along the blue line. Now find it across. Here's Beldy. In front, trying to get to Duncan, and a great little shot block there. I think it was Severo. Might have been Blanchard, but nonetheless up and out of play.
Duncan trying to add another mark on this game. Open the scoring in this one, and just trying to up the pace. You can see the players on the Selects bench just trying to get their team back into this, get a little bit more energy.
Face off towards the glove hand side. Here of Hickey. Dan gonna work it down the boards. There's Duncan. 5:45 left here in regulation. A chance. Zhang into the slot, and diving was crossed to break that play up. Now Wood gonna fly it all the way down the ice, and that's gonna do it for the penalty. A great kill by Connecticut. Up now for Duncan. Duncan will lead Zhang. Stripped of the puck by McKenzie. He'll go across. Del Giacco now cross up top. Looking to go to Colosimo. Stripped off the puck by Beldy. McKenzie followed up in the corner. Duncan finds it. Now Zhang. Great little jump in the play by Frazier there. Turning it back into the attacking zone. Another play. Frazier again strips it. Down low. Beldy around the wall. First one on it, Zollinger. McKenzie blocked by Zhang. Dan trying to peel the puck out of the pile. Duncan, he'll work it off the boards. Zollinger, McKenzie, everyone keeping it in. Now Zollinger into the slot and unable to get a shot. Here goes Scott back the other way. Easton Scott gonna try to work it wide, getting taken down. Zhang around the net. Near side, all the way out of the zone. O'Rourke gonna find it. 4:22 left in the third period. O'Rourke watched by Cross, trying to turn it over is Leiden. Back up towards the far side. Trost will send it back into the blue line. Not out, held out by Hebert. Found by Leiden. Leiden shakes off Fox. Back up, curls to the point. Here's Severo across D to D. Wood shoots. That blocked by O'Rourke. Still trying to find at the top line here for Connecticut. Under 4 minutes to play in regulation. Leading it up for Gabriel. Gabriel in. He'll take it wide. Gabriel in front of the net, hits the side. Still following it up. Fox and Gabriel in the corner against Wood. Severo trying to join the play. He does. Gets the puck free. Severo up now for Hebert. Stretch pass across for Leiden. Leiden will work it in. Trying to get towards the front of the net. Rolls the puck too far into the corner, but he'll get it back first. Leiden with Cross.
Leiden's used that inside-out move 3 or 4 times to great effect here.
Here's Cross and unable to squeeze a shot off. Forced towards the wall.
That was O'Rourke with the stick check on Cross. Definitely a very, very defensively sound player.
All the way down the ice, but this is going to land right on top of the netminder Hickey. No icing. Back 4 goes Frazier. 3 minutes left in the game. 2-2 tie here in the championship. As Del Giacco going to work it up ice. Stick check by Zhang, but follows it through all the way down behind the net of Jones. Blanchard in. Lee there. Playing it up the wall. And it'll be cleared by the Selects. A 2-on-2 here, coming back the other way. Great play by Duncan to stay on side. Firing a shot, blocked by Blanchard. In towards behind the net. Del Giaco there. Frazier as well, leading it up. Here goes Corey, lifting. Sauce pass up for Blanchard. 2-on-2 for Connecticut now. Back down wide the left. Blanchard will stop up. Hits the trailer. In comes Hebert. Shoots off the crossbar. What a shot by Hebert, and finds iron.
We've been mentioning his defensive play, but he's on this line with Leiden and Cross. Definitely has the scoring ability, but oh my goodness, game of inches at this point.
Back out to the point. Wood, D to D. Near side for Leiden. Peter Leiden now. Can he be the hero again? Shoots, stopped by Jones. 2 minutes left here in the third period.
Smart play by Leiden there. I think even the very, very defensively capable O'Rourke thought he was going to try that outside in move again. And instead, just uses O'Rourke as a screen, fires that puck on net. And once again, it's the big line here for the Selects. Fox lining up to take the faceoff against McKenzie.
2 minutes remain here in the championship game. Is back into the corner. It's Springer up the wall. Colosimo down, trying to get it for Zollinger. Colosimo backhand shot, trickles towards the side of the net. McKenzie looking to jam it in, and Jones down. Another save in the dying 2 minutes here. His 23rd save of the game.
Going full on into the splits to make sure there was no room along the bottom of the ice. And making sure to give his forwards and defensemen a little bit of encouragement. Also giving them a shout to let's go.
Cross, Hebert, and Leiden out against Trost, Fox, and Gabriel. Top lines for either team. Cross into the corner, dipping the shoulder, driving it around the net. Found by Lee. It'll be worked up outside the zone. Sent back in by Severo, right on top of the net of Jones. He'll leave it for O'Rourke. Cade O'Rourke now back the other way, out of his zone, in across center. Brings it in the attacking zone, still has it, slaps it towards the net. Ends up colliding with the back wall out to the line. This one creeps out. Western going to have to check up. That allows Severo to go back the other way. Severo wide around Lee. Now shot off the side of the net. Bounces back into the corner. Found by Fox. Here goes Charlie Fox. Can he be the hero? How about those couple moves through neutral ice? One man in, it's Fox. Fox shoots that one off a stick and wide. Last minute of play, bounces to the line. Braden Lee, a long distance wrist shot. That blocked by Connecticut, and Corey will send it down the distance. Is it going to be icing? And yes, it is. An offensive zone draw coming here for the Selects.
And it's going to be the line of Duncan, Scott, and Zhang coming over the boards until a timeout is called here by the Selects.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a timeout and you get Fox, Trost, and Gabriel back on the ice.
Or do you feel that Duncan's been on the puck all game? He's been up and around. Do you almost feel that you give them this last minute, try and get that winner, and then go with your big line to open overtime?
Well, yeah, I've only seen 2 games of the Western Selects, so it's tough to really say who your best centerman is, but with 43 seconds left, an offensive zone draw, and a tie game here in the chat, I think you got to have your best centerman on. And is that Fox at winning draws? Is he the best centerman in terms of the ability to put the puck in the net? Maybe, but you need to win this draw and get a chance on net. So whoever that is needs to be on the dot.
Yeah, as we mentioned, need to win that faceoff to have that offensive zone start. Because I know I'm a Flames fan. We've mentioned this a few times.
And you're going to get Fox Trost coming now back on the ice.
You are, because I know the Flames, it's never their first line that takes those big, important faceoffs. It's Michael Backlund usually. But the big lines come out.
And then for Connecticut, you're going to get Jack Cross taking the faceoff. Cross against Fox. 42 seconds left. It's one back by Cross. Severo keeping an eye there on Gabriel. It'll be played far side. Here comes Cross. 3-on-2, almost developed. Cross will take it wide. Around the net, Connecticut up top. Severo wide, taking it free. Shoot, stopped, rebound chance. They're poking at it, and Jones strong again, holding that one. 20 seconds remain, and now an offensive draw coming for Connecticut.
staying tall to the last second. Make sure to get his shoulder on that the shot going up high. Oh, and it does look like they are going to switch up the centerman here for a defensive zone face-off.
Yeah, Zhang going to come in to take it for the selects. Fox for Connecticut. Bouncing one. Fox uses the boot to get it back, but Scott quickly on, and a great play there by Easton Scott to get it to center. Sending it in. Duncan racing after it. Angles off the puck. Duncan with it in the corner. 7 seconds remaining. Severo just eating it against the boards. Zhang gets it free. 2 seconds left in this game. The championship is going to overtime.
Couldn't end any other way, could it?
Nope.
2 evenly matched teams here in the Western Selects and the Connecticut Junior Rangers. Before we get to the sudden death overtime, we are going to go over the overtime rules. It's going to be 10 minutes, 5-on-5. And then, if that doesn't solve it, which, who knows, seeing both these teams battle, it likely will not.
And the goaltenders too, yeah.
Oh, for sure. We'll go to 4-on-4. That doesn't solve it. 3-on-3, 2-on-2, and all of these are 10-minute periods. And then we'll go to a 3-a-side shootout. And then it'll be, if that doesn't solve it, mano-a-mano, 1 versus 1, until we find our winner.
I'm willing to bet, if I was a betting man, that we will not make it to that point, but
who knows? We've got all the time in the world. That's a benefit of the 10 o'clock puck drop.
2-on-2 hockey will be a lot of opportunities for either team. But first, we're going to start 5-on-5. And as you mentioned, 10 minutes here, overtime in the championship. It all comes down to this.
And these teams aren't making my 3-star selections any easier on me. There has been so many names that we've said. And so, family watching back at home, even if it isn't your player, your young grandchild, or friend that is named as a 3-star, this is an all-star event. Anyone on these teams could be on the 3-star sheet.
As teams now come to center ice. Cross against Zhang. 10 minutes of overtime for the Brick Invitational Championship. It's O'Rourke, far side, bounced it in. Here goes Severo after the rolling puck. Charlie Severo, he's got plenty of attention in front of him. First one was Duncan. Severo rolls it around the wall. Picked up by Leiden, turned over. Zhang the shot, that one trickles off a stick, and Tyler Wood will send it back out to center. Smacked by Hebert, picked up, near turnover. Finding it is Cade O'Rourke up top for Brando Duncan. Stripped by Wood. Duncan, though, going to get it back. Here goes Duncan. How about the back check there by Peter Leiden to take it off the stick of Duncan. Leiden down the right now, plenty of speed. Steps free into the slot. Peter Leiden works it in. Chance for cross and no shot opportunity for Connecticut. Another jump in at center. Easton Scott. Back around the boards. Overtime hockey here in the championship. Leiden gonna smack that one in. O'Rourke, D to Lee. How much of Cade O'Rourke and Lee are we gonna see here in the overtime?
I think that number is going to be lots.
Lee shoots this one on the side of the net. Back out for Connecticut. He'll send it to Blanchard. Blanchard now overskates the puck. It'll be fouled by Brody Trost. Trying to skinny across Liao. Liao gets the poke check. Blanchard back the other way, dragging, firing it into the glove of Jones. In and out of the glove of Jones. Looked like he caught that one. Rebound came free. Ooh. Liao now takes a body check, and glove pass is going to be called. Like how the referees didn't call penalty on that. I think it was more incidental. They kind of just collided with each other. You don't want to give a penalty of incidental contact in overtime here.
In overtime of the final.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to say, the refs have been at least consistent with that throughout the whole
tournament. They've been fantastic. Here's Severo. Now for Corey. Corey now down the right wing, watched by Dan. Justin Corey around the net. He's got 1 goal today already. Trying to shake free. Corey now pivots back in. Justin Corey looking to find the trigger and unable to do so. Back out for Brody Trost, pardon me. Trost fans on the passing attempt, but sticks with it. Trost now backhands it in. Knocked down by Del Giaco. 7:57 left here of overtime. Working it back is Justin Corey. Corey in. He's got Cross with him. Wide around Dan. Corey now still around. Trying to center. Cross shoots. Stopped by Jones. Cross, back for Corey. In towards the corner. Up top, Del Giaco uses the boot to hold it in, and now a nice move back to the wall. Del Giaco fires, scores! It's Cross, tips it in, and the Connecticut Junior Rangers have gone back-to-back champions here in overtime.
What a tip in front of the net. Couldn't happen any other way.
Through all the time waiting of COVID and pandemics, 3 years in the making, it's the Connecticut Junior Rangers since 2019, and they do it again in 2022. And how fitting that Jack Cross, his first goal in the playoffs, able to tip in the shot by Del Giaco and gives the Connecticut Junior Rangers the Brick Invitational Championship.
I'm sorry, I gotta go, but I gotta get onto the ice to get interviewing our 3 stars. But truly a great final game here. I'll leave it in your capable hands to drive her home as we get ready to have our post-game and celebrations here.
Well, we'll talk to you in a bit with the 3 stars of the game. Thanks so much to Conrad Krauser, good color commentating here on the call. But the Connecticut Junior Rangers, once again, are champions of the Brick Invitational. And Jack Cross the tip, but you got to give respect to the play at the blue line by Del Giaco. As Reese Del Giaco held it in with his skate, then made a nice move towards the wall, worked it in, took the wrist shot, and tipped up and over the glove of Jones, who was absolutely incredible in this game for the Western Select, stopping 25 of 28 shots. And the third and final goal, overtime victory for Jack Cross. Connecticut, the champions.
Mic check, mic check.
Let's give it here to the game scoring summary. As Jack Cross. Let's take another look at the highlight before we get to the award ceremony. Watch Del Giaco at the point. Puck's gonna come to him, keeps it in with his skate, now moves to the wall, works it in, the shot, and the tip by Cross, up and over the glove. And that is your championship winning goal by Jack Cross, assisted by Reese Del Giaco. And Connecticut goes back to back. So now we're getting all the teams out for the award ceremony here at the Brick Invitational.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a game. Oh my goodness gracious me. That doesn't come any better now.
You got to think Jack Cross might be your first star of the game. Aiden Jones as well. We mentioned the goaltender for the Western Selects. Parker Lydon was all over the place. Justin Corey with the goal. Jackson Liao a couple points.
The Connecticut Junior Rangers winning goal was scored by number 2, Reese Del Giaco.
Well, they're giving it to Reese Del Giaco. I think that Jack Cross got the tip on it, but nonetheless, Reese Del Giaco is getting credit with the goal here. That shot from the point. And the Connecticut Junior Rangers have won the 2011 birth year, the 33rd annual Brick Invitational. Back-to-back champions. Of course, we aren't done here at the Brick Invitational, as the 2012 birth years will start tomorrow with 9 games starting at 7:30 a.m. going all the way until July 10th. We'll crown the Brick Invitational champions once again. As we'll go down to ice level, now enjoying the award ceremony.
3-time Stanley Cup champion,
to be on their heels, and exactly did that, and came away with the win in overtime.
And what does that overtime feel like? You were out there a ton on the overtime too. What was the mood? What was the nerves feeling like?
Honestly, to be surprised, I wasn't really scared. I was so happy for my team. Reese with the overtime goal. Just a great experience.
I'll let you head back to your blue line. Congratulations. I'm going to try and get Charlie over here. If I can get our second star. Charlie, come over. Charlie Fox. Obviously, it's a tough interview to do when you've lost. I'll do Charlie first, and then we'll head. Oh, no, never mind. Jack's here. Never mind. Jack, our first star. Jack, our first star, gets a winning goal on the tip. What do you see on that play?
It was just a great effort by everyone. Everyone's forechecking. Reese had a bomb from the point.
And obviously, you have to have hands of silk to get that tip in. But I'm going to just keep this quick. What does it mean to win this tournament to you?
It means a lot. I mean, our parents sacrificed everything for us, got us hockey, and that just great experience.
I'll let you go celebrate with your parents and your fans now. Congratulations. And obviously, our second star from the Western Selects, Charlie Fox. Charlie, we've had a couple of these interviews, obviously. Not the way you want your tournament to end, but you had a great push and a great goal. Silky mitts in front of the net. What can you say about your goal and about your team?
I just tried to make a play there, but I wish we could have won that, but they had a good game, and yeah.
Great game. You guys played as a team the whole way through. Obviously, a little bit unfortunate to not come away with the win, but I think you got to be happy with how your team played.
Yeah, we played well. They played well too, so yeah.
Obviously, only can be one winner, and unfortunately, it wasn't you guys on this day, but I think you need to hold your head high. Congratulations on a fantastic tournament.
Thank you.
And all right, we now will have all of our teams reintroduced to the ice for the post-game ceremonies. So we will continue our coverage here on ASTV. My name's Connor Krauser, and we will continue on here from the Ice Palace at the West Edmonton Mall as we celebrate our champions, the Connecticut Junior Rangers.
As back here inside West Edmonton Mall, and the game-winning goal getting credit actually to the defenseman in Reese Del Giaco. Looked like Jack Cross got the tip on it, but when the Connecticut Junior Rangers were expecting the first star being named Del Giaco, everyone pointing at it, Jack Cross was a little in disbelief that it wasn't Del Giaco, so maybe there wasn't a tip. Nonetheless, though, a great play by Del Giaco at the point. If it did beat the goaltender Jones cleanly, then he is the hero, and apologies to him for saying it was Cross. If there was a deflection, then number 4, Jack Cross, with his first goal of the tournament. Either way, the Connecticut Junior Rangers are champions once again, back-to-back in 2019 and now 2022. As we'll take a break and then come back quickly here for your awards ceremony of the 2011 Birth Year Brick Invitational Championship in West Edmonton Mall on ASTV.
So as you can see, we're here live, and we've got all of our teams surrounding the ice surface, getting ready for the jersey exchange. One of the most fun parts of this tournament. And you know, we can't really complain. Let all these players have their moment, the last moment here on this ice surface, and go find someone else who they've idolized, who they've grown familiar with. Swap the jersey and have that memory forever. And we'll also hear and see all of our championship hardware handed out to both teams as well. We will see all of these crazy hockey players racing across the ice to try and get the jersey of one of their friends who they built over this tournament. And remember, it's not just this tournament. A lot of these players have played against each other in other venues. So you want to swap that jersey and make sure you have the memory of a friend you made along the way. Because hockey is still a brotherhood. Hockey is still a community. And it's so great to see this community coming back together around this 33rd annual Brick Invitational Tournament after we had to have a gap year after a certain virus shut the world down. It's so great to be back here. So our scoring leader, Brady Trost, number 95, So Brody led the tournament in scoring. You got this Johnny Gaudreau autograph stick. Obviously, not the way you want to go out, but it's a huge honor to be recognized as the top scorer of this tournament.
Definitely, and I couldn't do it without the help of my teammates.
For sure. Do you model your game after Johnny Gaudreau at all? Because you got a set of slick mitts on you too.
I mean, I look up to a lot of NHL players. Johnny Gaudreau, definitely one of them.
For sure. I'll let you head back with your team. Welcome back to the interview circle. You got the tournament MVP, the Movember stick, signed by Austin Matthews. That's got to be a cool thing to take home with you.
Yeah, it's awesome and really nice for him to do that.
And obviously, you can't be an MVP without the team. You've been all about that throughout our interviews. It's got to be tough, but you got a cool stick. And you know what? Got to hold your head high. It is a tough tournament to win. What can you say about your opponents? And what can you say about your team?
Everybody I played against was so nice, and they played all well, and our team battled through it, and too bad we couldn't come with a win, but yeah.
And hey, hopefully you can celebrate on the way home with the 4th of July happening tomorrow. Have a happy 4th of July and have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
But we're just announcing the tournament all-stars here. Our first team all-star. Number 1, Owen Moulton. Or that's Pickens. Jack Wu from the Bulldogs. O'Rourke from the Western Selects. '91 from the Toronto Selects. Or 86, I apologize. That was Owen Frasca. Justin Henry from the Montreal Selects. Down at this end over here. 91, Justin Henry.
Rounding out this year's second team All-Stars from the Connecticut Junior Rangers, number 4, Jack Cross.
And number 4, Jack Cross, rounding out your All-Star selection. So congratulations to all of our All-Stars. As I said, this whole tournament is an All-Star tournament. But these, your 6 team All-Stars, the second group. Congratulations to all of them. Obviously a fantastic tournament, displaying all sorts of skill.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 second team All-Star.
And now we have our first team All-Stars. Saulnier from Team Pennsylvania played in all 5 games for his team. Certainly was a standout of this tournament. Justin Saulnier accepting his trophy from a fellow goaltender, Chris Osgood. Charlie Severo. Joined by Del Giaco. You had you got credited with the goal. I think we all know that it was Jack Cross who got the tip on it. But without your shot from the blue line, this game could be still going on. What do you have to say from that?
I mean, I don't know. It's just awesome.
It's going to be hard to walk that way.
I just shot it towards the net, and hey.
Always trying to get layers in front of the goaltender when you're taking that shot from the point, right? It's going to be hard to wipe that smile off your face. What can you say? You've had so much support from your fans in the stands, and all the fans, even the other teams coming and cheering you guys on. What has that meant?
I mean, the brick tournament is an amazing experience, and it's nice that the other teams come to support the championship games, and it's really nice, yeah.
But anyways, I'm sure you want to get back with your teammates and celebrate. So we'll see who ends up getting the credit for the goal, but a great shot from the blue line. And the final All-Star being us from the Bruins, Prodowski. He led our tournament in points for a lot of it. Owen Moulton from the Minnesota Blades, and our defensemen in Charlie Severo and Owen Wang. There is your first team All-Stars making their way back to their respective teams. And now we have our playoff MVP award, the Bill Domry. Aiden Jones, goaltender for the Selects. Aiden, playoff MVP, doesn't feel the same as the big trophy. But what does this mean to you, being recognized as a goaltender as the MVP of the playoffs?
Just been training for a lot of years. Just all my work I put in for this, and yeah.
And you were standing on your head trying to keep your team in this game. What does it mean to be recognized as probably one of the top goaltenders in this tournament with this award?
I don't know.
You've had a lot of tough battles. What can you say about all the goaltenders in this tournament?
They were actually pretty good. They hung with it. Had a lot of great saves. Good job to them too.
And goaltending is such a brotherhood. I'm sure you've met some of the other goaltenders trying to give and take tips from each other. Have you given any tips or heard any tips from any of these other goaltenders?
Yeah, I've given some tips to my goalie partner here.
For sure. And you had a tight partnership, so I'm sure this means a lot to both of you. I'll let you go back to your team, bud. Congratulations. Just gathering on the ice, grabbing their trophies, is our runner-up, Western Selects. Truly a great run to the finals for the Selects, taking that full 2 games in the playoffs to battle all their way to the finals. David Stefaniak did not him, but backed up the whole way. Del Jaco. Jack Cross, your game-winning goal. Drew Frazier. Not a ton of minutes, but definitely played a role for his squad. Colosimo, you saw him a lot, trying to regain energy for his squad. Temporgi coming up. Another one of those role players played on their energy line. Peter coming over. Tyler Wood, huge member of their defense. Got beat for first goal of the game, but definitely settled in from there. Sebastian Blanchard definitely played a role on that third line, trying to be the shutdown. Was Hudson. Tracy McKenzie skating over with all of the pace after he, Hudson. Having a hard time keeping up with our numbers. Number 21, Charlie Severo, all-star, and now Justin Hebert coming over to accept his trophy. Zeb talked to him earlier in this tournament. James Hickey kept his minute the whole way through. Jackson Liao. 96 Austin Jessup.
Tell Mark to come out of there. Tell Mark to leave there. Come. Tell Mark to come out. No, I want him over here. I want Mark out of there. You're lagging.
And now, as the coaches and general managers for the Connecticut Rangers come to select their individual trophy, they will receive the large brick trophy shortly to celebrate their winning of the 33rd annual Brick Invitational, the 2011 year edition. Coaches and general managers all grouping together. Just getting a picture with our organizing committee.
You want me to?
And now the trophy presented to the Connecticut Junior Rangers. That large, massive trophy handed off to backup goalie Stefaniak. And now they can go celebrate with their family and friends, having won the 33rd annual.
We'll get Mark on you and you can close it out. Mark.
So on behalf of myself, Conrad Krausert, our amazing ASTV crew, that's it for the first of our two tournaments. Celebrate the 2011 birthdays. We'll be back again tomorrow where we're back at it with round robin play for the 2012s here on ASTV.